Hello, this is Rodrigo for Frame Freak Studio, and this is the Ask Frame Freak show. And today's question is, which books do you recommend to learn animation? Now, there is not too much to recommend about this because many of the things that you have to learn will be in just 2 books, and one of them is going to be really hard to get. So the first of all that I'm going to the hard to get is called The Illusion of Life, and it was written by Walt Disney Studios. I don't remember which animator did it, but pretty much they talk about of all the principles of all the golden era of Disney on how to create to make people like feel that this character that you created is alive. And they talk to all the principles there. Pretty much the basis of people who didn't have the technology we had today are there. Another one that is very good as well, and pretty much our lead animator Edmundo Landaverde and pretty much the co-founder of Frame Freak Studio. This is the book that he took to learn animation in the first place, and it's called The Animator Survival Kit. And this was written by don't remember the last name, but Richard. But pretty much the thing is that he was also another animator at Walt Disney. Pretty much he was there doing Snow White and a lot of other films from the golden era. And this book talks about the physics of animation. He talks about a lot of this. So it's the principles that you can take to make an animation feel natural, and these principles are helpful if you do 3D, if you do 2D, if you do flash animation, whatever you do, whatever technique of animation you do. These are pretty much the knowledge that you have to have in order to put the right weight in the movement, in order to have gravity considered, in order to put momentum and consider speed and techniques to do a better animation. And what I'm seeing a lot that's happening is that everybody doesn't know about these principles. They just do an animation and it feels weird. And even if the drawings are good, it keeps feeling weird. And the reason why the animation feels weird is because they do not know the basics. And these 2 books are pretty much the ones that will give you the basics of animation and the principles that you need to be aware of to do a good animation, even if you are just doing sticks drawings, fight each other. So after you read these books, it's pretty much do practice, put a lot of effort into improving your animation. And something good about it is as well that the Animator Survival Kit was made a set of 16 DVDs, where the guy who wrote this book is pretty much giving a class to a group of students and putting all these examples that he explains about in the book in a way so you can watch it in video, and how does he do it and how does he explain it. Like, for example, he talks about this moment where he was in the car and he saw the head of a guy like from this up above behind a wall, and he just detected like this guy is gay, and then he just stood there like, how do I know he's gay? I just saw the top of his head behind a wall, like, and he couldn't make the connection, and pretty much he drove back to the same point to find this guy and to see him good. And what he saw, it was that he was walking the same way a woman walk, which pretty much with not much movement from the head. And he explains this is because most men don't care about their appearances, they just go, and because of certain package below, when we walk, we pretty much we are doing these very hard movements in their heads, but women tend to keep the movement of their heads very slow. And this was what pretty much what happening with this guy. That this guy was walking like all smooth, and the head was not moving that much, and that was pretty much what gave him away. Like it was so that's why, because he and this is what animators do pretty much, like they observe real life, and this is what happened, and this is even something that happened. Hayao Masaki, he was explaining this about the animation industry in Japan, that all these guys are like antisocial guys who never goes out, who never interact with other people, and because of that, the animation in Japan is in an all-time low quality. And if you can see that, for example, watch the scene that was. If you saw Dragon Ball Z, you will be familiar with Trunks. I will recommend that you go and watch the scene where Trunks finds that Gohan was dead from the old series, from the old movie, and then try to compare that scene to the one that they did recently for Dragon Ball Super. It was the same scene, but when you see the old animation from the old guys who had all these principles, and it's the same animation studio, like it's the same animation, it's 2A animation that is doing the Dragon Ball Super. So there is a huge difference in the before and after, when they had a good economy and they had the money to pay guys who knew the principles, who knew what they were doing, who had the experience. And you will see the jump in quality of animation from Dragon Ball Z in this scene where Trunks is all mad because Gohan was killed by Android 17 and 18. And then go see the same scene in Dragon Ball Super, and you will go like, oh man, like this is bad. And it's the same animation studio. So even if it is bigger, like big animation studios with big budgets, if you don't have like the principles set in your head, you're going to fail. And you can have all the technology, all the people helping you, all the resources helping you, and you will still fail doing this animation. Because Dragon Ball Z, if you see the old series, they also had some problems of economy, but they knew what to do with what they had. And this is what the new Toei animation studio and the new animators are not like. Even though they have low resources, they do not know what to do with it. Simple as that. And it's because of this lack of principles. So first of all, I will recommend get these two books, read them, and after you read these two books, go out and practice. Or if, in any case, try to also get the video series of the Animator Survival Kit animated, so you can see the classes live in video. Well, yeah, in video. So, and you can have a better examples of what to do good, what to do bad, and what to avoid. So I hope this have helped you as a recommendation. And if you have found value into this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and to our email list. Until next time.